Melody May, and I am back with another banger. And today I just wanted to sit down and do a little story time. This vlog is one of my most requested videos. You guys ask me all the time, how did I start modeling? How did I get signed? What made me start modeling? And what kind of model am I? So I just wanted to answer these questions in my story time and tell you guys just some background about my model life. And yeah, so here we go. So how did I start modeling? So honestly, my very first modeling, I guess, situation was when my mom signed me up to be a part of a modeling agency in Chicago. Well, actually, it wasn't even a modeling agency. It was like a performing arts program that had modeling, and I was one of the younger models. I had to be like 11, 12 years old. I just remember going to rehearsals and practicing my walk. Honestly, I vaguely remember it because I was very young. I remember doing one show, and yeah, I wish I had the footage. The program leader, coordinator, whatever, she was a more heavy set lady. She literally, that was her show. It wasn't our show, that was her show. She had strutted down that runway in her skirt field, y'all. And you know what she did? She picked it up and swung it around her head like this on the runway, y'all. So once my mom saw that, she was over it, and she was just like, you know what, this is a scam because this lady is crazy. She clearly wants to steal the show from my daughter. That was the end of that. That lasted probably like maybe a year, probably not even that long, maybe a season. And honestly, I didn't take modeling seriously again until I moved to Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 2016. I've always been into photography, into like conceptual art, including photography, cinematography, all of that. So I think I reached out, or he reached out to me, but a photographer had reached out to me when I first moved to Louisiana and I became a doll. And this is after my season. This is after I crabbed and after I was done with my season. I met up with this photographer and had my very first photo shoot in 2016. We literally shot all day, and I will drop some pictures below of my very first shoot. We literally shot in front of this hotel that I ended up working at, actually, now that I think about it, at the Hilton. And then we had some fashion, we were just walking around just shooting, just random fashion shots, and I literally look like a baby in my pictures. I'll drop some below. But yeah, guys, that was literally my very first shoot. I just acted like I knew what I was doing, but he was egging me on. Like, the photographer knew what he was doing. The pictures came out decent. I was honestly satisfied because I didn't know what it's supposed to look like. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So that was literally my first shoot. So I literally officially started modeling in 2016. So I've been modeling 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 years now. I've been modeling professionally. Ever since that first shoot, it was literally shoot after shoot after shoot after shoot. I was getting more bookings because the more I posted it on my social media, my Instagram, that's how photographers were able to find me, because I just did like hashtags. Hashtag photographer, I hashtag Louisiana, hashtag Baton Rouge model, hashtag LA model, just random stuff. These photographers were able to find me on hashtags. Those who are looking to start modeling and don't really know where to start, I get this question all the time. Honestly, you just have to reach out to different photographers. Get out of your bubble, your space of feeling insecure and feeling like you're not confident or good enough. You have what it takes. All you have to do is just make that first step to be a model. All you have to do is reach out to photographers. Look up a hashtag in your area. Let's say you live in Detroit, literally hashtag Detroit photographers, and just do your research. Make sure they're legitimate, because you guys, I'll go into it later, because you guys, there are a lot of sketchy photographers, and I'll get into that later because I have my share of sketchy photographers. But just make sure that you do your research and they're legit, because you have to start somewhere. I understand that it's hard to really put yourself out there as a model, but you have to start somewhere. You have to just be confident and just go for it. As a model, whenever you're going to an open call, it is important that you have your headshots. You have barely little to any makeup. You have your hair swept back off of your face so they can see the details in your face. And it's important for you to show personality, smile, say everything that you know about yourself, and just make sure that you stand on your tippy toes, sis, because 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to see how tall you are, and that's it. They're just literally, oh, okay, yeah, you're not tall enough. Okay, yeah, guys, whenever it comes to model calls, it can be very stressful. It can be very discouraging to just try to find an agency, somebody who likes you and is willing to work for you as a model, especially in Los Angeles, as you guys know from my previous video, for my 4-day model call video. And if you guys are interested in modeling, this is not an industry that weak people can be a part of. So make sure that you're staying persistent. Persistence is everything in the fashion, creative art world, everything. You're going to hear 1,000 no's before you hear that one yes. So it is important for you to know your worth as a model, what you bring to the table, and if they don't choose you, just know that, you know what, it's lost, they're lost. Let me just keep trying, because whoever decides to pick me up as a model, those who said no, they'll see your work in the future and really wish that they work with you. So it's just better as a model for you to stay persistent and keep your eyes on the prize. I would definitely recommend that you should just start just taking pictures. It doesn't even have to be professional pictures. I would just say just start building your portfolio. Start practicing poses that you're comfortable with, that you feel confident doing. Find inspiration on internet. Like me, I find poses on social media that Instagram models do, and I just try it. I find that being a model, when it comes to modeling and finding different poses, the most awkward poses look the best, and the ones that feel the best look the most awkward. I know it's weird, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, guys, so after my first shoot, I literally just started hitting up different photographers, and then once I started posting more quality pictures and more pictures more frequently on my social media page, that's when my followers start coming up and I get more likes, and that's when actual photographers actually reached out to me to invite me on set or to their studio. And I didn't really meet my main photographer, who is actually Rico Images. Shout out to Rico Images. I'll put some of his work in this video as well, because I met Rico in 2017, right before I was trying out for my last year of Dolls, and we shot downtown Baton Rouge right when it was sunset, and we literally caught the most beautiful glow. And that was the first time I worked with him, and I just knew that he would do what he was doing as far as lighting, having the right lens, angles, all of that. So after I met Rico in 2017, honestly, that's when I really took off with modeling, because we worked together over and over and over again, just shooting everywhere. I really loved working with Rico because any type of concept that I had in mind, we would literally bring it to life. I literally bought a gold piece of fabric at Hobby Lobby, literally for like $20, probably not even that much, and I literally made a whole dress out of it because I just wanted to have the gold concept, like the glow girl concept, and that literally turned out to be one of the best shoots ever. So we just tried everything. Like I got like an orange veil thing that I also found from Hobby Lobby, and I used that as like a conceptual shoot. Literally, we played around from 2017 until 2019. 2 years of straight shooting back to back to back as much as we can. It feels like almost 50 different photo shoots. And I graduated from college. Of course, I work with other photographers, but that was my main photographer. I work with Creer, I work with Shabazz, I work with Robert Wright. I did my social media stuff, which I feel like when it comes to modeling and just trying to put yourself out there, I feel social media worked in my favor 100%, because just having the right captions, the right images, the quality of pictures, it just puts you at an advantage as far as being a model. It just opens people's eyes to you by using hashtags. Like when I first moved out here, my very first job, they found me through a hashtag, because I literally did hashtag LA models, and that's when I first got my first fashion collaboration gig. Y'all, like that was so much fun. I literally met so many creative people that day. If it wasn't because of that post, I wouldn't have made that connection. So as a model, make sure you put yourself out there and you will definitely thrive. Of course, they have the creepy photographers. In every city, anywhere you go, there's always that one creepy photographer that just does the most, okay? I'm not gonna put his name out there, because even though I felt uncomfortable, I'm just not that type of person to just put somebody out there like that on a negative aspect, because I know that they're doing this as a full-time job. So I never want to knock somebody's hustle or ruin anybody's reputation. I just know that if the situation happens and I feel uncomfortable, I'm never gonna come back or ever put myself in that situation again. So I might as well just tell you guys the experience. There was this photographer that I've been working with, and he had his home studio, okay? So I never had to drive 2 hours to shoot. So I literally, I don't know why or what made me drive 2 hours, and I literally didn't even get paid anything before this shoot, but I literally drove 2 hours away for this shoot. I got a ticket on the way there, and I got a ticket on the way back. One was for speeding, and the other one was because there was like this car going like 10 miles an hour in front of me. It was like literally this long road, and yeah, the line was solid. You wasn't supposed to cross the solid line, but the road was so long, I just went around him because there was literally no cars coming the other way. But a cop car literally zoomed and caught up with me and pulled me over, so I literally got a ticket. But long story short, I went to the shoot, and this was like my first bikini shoot, and it's just like the commentary like that he was doing. He was just like, gorgeous, nice bod, hold that right there, yeah, I like that. Like I was like kind of ignoring it, because it's like, I understand as a photographer, you're trying to hype up your models, you want to make them feel confident, you want to make them feel beautiful, but he was just like, you could tell just the way he said it, it was just like in a creepy, weird way. So I was just like, you know what, let me just get these pictures in and just let it go. But y'all, like, he texts me every day, like, good morning, good night, what are you doing? Like,
boy, if you don't,
bruh, like, I understand we around the same age, but nah, like, I always keep it professional when it comes to modeling and the people that I work with, because if I work with you, I don't want to talk to you clearly. If I wanted to talk to you, I would have at least hinted that I am attracted to you, but I just felt that was just so unprofessional that for him to hit me up every day, it got so bad that the guy that I was dating at the time was looking at me crazy, like, who is this person texting you all the time? It just got really annoying, so I had to end up blocking him and never working with him again. Now in retrospective, now that I look back, I'm really saddened that we weren't able to work together, because he was actually a very talented photographer, but the only thing that messed up our relationship was his creepiness. Like, dude, if he wasn't such a creep, we would have made art. We would have made magic, but you just had to be a creep. But yeah, guys, I've had a lot of creeps, honestly. That was just the one that stood out to me. Like, I've had one of my photographers actually wrote a book and literally dedicated a whole chapter in his book about his experience with shooting with me. And honestly, that melts my heart, but I find that just a little bit weird, because how can you write a whole chapter on just one experience during a photo shoot? Like, oh, like, I have the book, but I haven't even read it, y'all. I just found that it was just weird that he wrote a chapter about me. And then, y'all, maybe this is just me, but how would y'all feel if you guys went to somebody's house and they had small, medium, and large pictures of just you hanging in their living room above their fireplace? And I'm not just talking about just one huge picture, like one huge, you know, even that would be weird, but I'm talking about 3 set, small, medium, large, like right on top of each other in his living room. And I just thought that was super weird, y'all. But besides that, you guys, on a lighter note, I'm gonna share my story about how I got signed to my first modeling agency here in Los Angeles. I've been trying to get signed for the longest. Even when I was living in Chicago before I even moved to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I tried to get signed with Ford Models. I was ready, y'all. I had my headshot, I had my hair done, I had my makeup to a minimum, everything good and ready. And they literally asked me, how tall are you? And I told them 5'9". And they looked at me and was like, sis, okay, you're 5'9". Okay. So basically it was a no from them. That never heard back from them, because I guess I was too short, and in Chicago they like really take that super serious. So when I came here in LA, I literally hit the ground running. If you guys watch my 4-day model call experience, you guys go watch that. For those who are looking into becoming a professional model, that would definitely help you in the process of getting signed. That video, just as far as motivation and just showing my whole entire process of what I had to go through to get signed by my modeling agency. So check that out. So it's actually such a coincidence, because the very first agency that I've ever went to was the one that I got signed to. And as y'all know, I literally went 4 days. All you guys have seen was 4 days worth of footage of me going to model calls and different agencies trying to get signed. But trust me, there has been dozens of other agencies that I went to that I didn't get on camera. So I literally went to over 50 open calls here in Los Angeles. And it's crazy, because the very first one that I ever went to a model call with is the one that signed me. And it's crazy, you guys, because the first time I went there, I explained the experience. And the second time, I just went there just to go back, because I haven't heard anything from any other agency. So I was just like, you know what, I went here last week, but you know what, let me change up my hair and try this again, sis, because change my hair and they might get another girl, you feel me? I might be a little aesthetic. The first time I came there, my hair was literally bone straight, and the second time I came there, my hair was blown out and wanded, curly wanded, so I had these big beautiful curls in my hair, but I had the same light makeup on. I didn't really wear that much makeup, because I know that you're not supposed to do that when you're going to a model call. So I came in there with my big curly hair. This time they actually took the time to talk to me and ask me questions, and they loved me. All I did was be myself, and that's honestly what got me signed, because I just sat down and talked to the agents and just told them about me. And they just took a look at my portfolio, and they just told me, we like you and we want to work with you. We'll send you a contract right away, look it over, and we'll begin working together. So as soon as I heard those words, that literally made my whole entire trip worthwhile, because I've always wanted to be signed with a modeling agency. You guys have no idea how hard it is to be an independent model. Yes, of course, your agency that you get signed with gets a certain percentage, but honestly, it's just so much easier when you have a management team fighting behind you, making sure that you're getting paid the right amount of money and it's not a scam. Because you guys, I have been scammed here in LA. I want to save that story for another vlog, but a lot of brands out here in LA, they always build themselves up to be somebody that they're not. And honestly, if you're you're looking to be a model, make sure that you establish credibility with building your portfolio, do your research on these photographers, and honestly, that is it. Just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to try new things. Always keep your head high. You're going to hear, and I'm going to say this a million times, you're going to hear a billion no's before you hear that one yes. Like, look at me, like, y'all. I literally hit the ground running, going to agency after agency after agency, hearing no after no after no, and even just them looking at me like, not even knowing what I might hear back. And I'm still staying persistent, and even though I got signed, I'm still working with different brands and still trying to put myself out there on social media and just network, you know, establishing myself as a model here in Los Angeles. So I hope that this video answered all of you guys' questions about just being a model, how to get signed, my background story on how I started modeling. I hope this gave you guys motivation to just do what your heart tells you to do and just live your wildest dreams. If you guys love this video, make sure you guys thumbs up, and of course make sure you guys subscribe and join the Mébabies family. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next vlog.